Well, hello there, YouTube. I'm just kind of shocked that I wasn't expecting to be so pretty out here. It 34 degrees this morning. It's 41 now, and I think it's supposed to rain all day. I think the only break we have in the foreseeable future is Saturday. But even though it pretty much shows no chance of rain, if you go hourly, it shows 20 and 25% along the day. But whatever. If it can dry up and not rain for the day, a ride's gonna happen. Okay. All my shade tree stuff is just gone. My bistro table from the last time I mowed the lawn, I just never took it back out, which I stick it back in there afterwards because all the leaves fall on it and start to rot. So no harm, no foul. But anyway, let's start off Tuesday. Y'all come on along, let's see what happens. Lord knows today it's not gonna be another quiet day. I do have some coming in, a Kawasaki this morning, so got something to look forward to here. What did I tell you was gonna happen when I ordered all that quad lock stuff? And what did I tell you that when I find it, I'm gonna go, jeez, it's right in front of me. It's been there the whole time. It's in a box, right? I don't know how many times I've already searched everything. Remember, it's in a box. There's all them pieces. Oh, and there's... Unbelievable. I knew it. I knew it'd be right under my nose. But I was looking for a box. I was pretty sure I stuck it in that tank bag, and the more I thought about that, and I go, no, I think I put it back in the box, the shipping box. I ordered, when the quad lock stuff that I just ordered shows up, it'll be in a box. It all neatly packed inside there. That's where it was. All right, let's start our day. Unbelievable. Just shocking, but a very good feeling at the same time. What a knucklehead. I need to just take a picture when I put stuff somewhere. Always got a camera on me. Just go, just so it's a picture. And tag it with something, say hidden item. So it'll all go into a folder somewhere, Man, crazy. 1 degree warmer here in Vancouver. And a whole lot wetter. Yes. The farther we got this way, the wetter it got.
I know, it's nice and dry.
More than half the way. It was nice coming in. Then it all changed.
Yeah,
all so quickly. Well, Mama?
Yes, sir.
We made it to Tuesday.
We did.
Yeah, hopefully I don't have as quiet a day as I did yesterday. I know I got one thing, assuming
they show up.
They drove in this nasty weather to bring it here.
That's the hard part of winter. I wouldn't want to drive in this, and not everybody has a trailer, so.
Yeah, very true. Well, Mama,
yes, sir.
Let's go on in there and earn our keep.
All right.
All right, I'll see you as the day goes on.
All right, there, no birthday boy.
Oh, yeah, my birthday. Yep.
9-year-old.
Kelly says you need to get on Facebook. People are wishing you happy birthday.
You guys are very sweet.
Kelly's the Facebook mama. I have to dive in there.
Yes.
All right.
All right.
I'll see you as the day goes on, Mama.
All right, honey.
Love you. See you. Bye.
I love you.
Bye now.
Bye.
So the BMW ISTA update finally finished sometime over the night. And they got to come in, restart the computer. And I go to log back in. First thing I see is the little internet fan with an X, a little circle with an X going through it. So I know I don't have internet, but let's go ahead and try to hook up to the CEO4 anyway. Well, it pops up a thing. When you log into Air, like I am here, there's this strong authentication that you got to use through your phone. And here, my Kawasaki's here. I'll talk to you in a second. Anyway, I don't know where I left off, but the same way as it's been this way for 2 or 3 months. When you log into Air, you got to use a strong authentication thing and and a special app on your phone, something I've never even heard of before, but it's what BMW uses. Now that pulls up, and when I log into that, I have internet. So now BMW, when you're logging into ISTA, they want to know exactly who's in there. Before, it was easy because I was the only one ever using it. Well, when other people use it, they need to have their own authentication. It's their way of zeroing in that an actual tech. BMW tech is working on it. And so that's good. That's really good, because when people log in on that thing, BMW always assumes it's me doing it only. Well, you got other, some people that should not be even down in this area, period, messing around with stuff. And then even people that were working here can't figure out the way out of a wet paper sack and shouldn't ever be touching these things. And so I'm glad. BMW Motorrad YouTube thing just flashed up on my phone there saying it was some new video. What's the odds? My phone is listening to me. But I left that ICOM connected to the bike all day yesterday or day before, whatever it was. I think it was Friday. And the batteries is too low. It's got a regular battery for, the simple functions, the initial functions and stuff. Well, look at that. It's a Yuasa in there. That's cool. BMW using a Yuasa battery. Good on you. But anyway, 650 Versys in for its first service. So got the parts and stuff for that. I think he may be waiting, so I'm gonna move the BMW off to the side so I can leave it connected to the BMW charger, and we'll go from there. Oh yeah, he's got an Insta360. I recognize their mount. I've got the same one, literally in my backpack. But how about the quad lock stuff? That all that stuff was sitting in that bag. Kelly goes, "You sure it's in the bag?" I said, "At this point, I'm looking for anything. I don't care. Never in a million years that I expect to find it sitting on top of my RC, my old, really old RC toolbox." Man, I think it was back a minute. And I've been messing with those RC cars. It was actually on my birthday in 80-something. I don't remember what it was. Kelly went to Radio Shack at the Clackamas Town Center Mall there in Southeast Portland and bought me a monster truck that Radio Shack was selling. What's funny is I remember seeing him. I stopped and looked at it. Her and I were walking in the mall. Remember the good old days of malls and the Radio Shacks, things that used to exist. Malls still exist. That Vancouver Mall here, just down the road from us, you go into that thing, it's like the old-time malls. Then you got these epic malls over in Portland that are just abandoned. It's crazy. So some of them work. Some of them absolutely do not work. By far the majority of them are gone. It's really rare to go into that Vancouver Mall. And anyway, she bought me that RC truck, and that got me, of course there's no internet, long before internet. I started getting RC car magazines, and I went and I think the first one, I think it was a Trax. Was it a Traxxas? Because Traxxas started in 86. No, I think I was messing around with because you can only get them in kit forms. Yeah, definitely, because I was in there looking at other kits. And I go, "What is this RTR from Traxxas?" He goes, "Ready to run." I go, "What do you mean?" So he gets the box down, opens it up. It's completely assembled. All you got to do is supply a battery and batteries for the control. Everything's there. The old kits, you had to have your own controllers. And anyway, you just had the one. You just swapped the chip around. I ended up with multiple controllers as it was, Futabas. And anyway, it was a Traxxas Rustler. It was like one of the first things they made. And then I really liked that, so I went back and bought the Traxxas. I think it was called the Nitro Rustler. It was a Nitro something. It was a little gas-powered one. Man, was that thing fast and fun. Well, those things, they took a beating, but things would fall apart the way the A-arms, it was like this long pin, and at the end of it, right before it bottomed out, it had like wood screws in there, and then things would back out. And that's where I got to be good friends with shoe goo. And back in those days, every RC shop you went into had a tube of shoe goo that you could buy. Worked great. It doesn't, completely harden up, and you can overpower it if you need to, take something apart. But anyway, let me get this thing off and out of my way and get that Kawasaki up here while she's still nice and toasty warm, and get some oil flowing out so we can put new in. I was about to look up the service bulletin I got a sheet that tells me what I need to do, but I gotta have the specs. So let me get into this and get this boy down the road. There she is. First service completed. So I want to show you, this is one of the things that worries me when you lube these chains with that BMW chain lube. It looks like it's dry, but if you feel it, it's got a nice little layer of grease on it, and it just soaks in. It just goes on like water. I gotta really guard everything when I do it, because it's literally, it spits out like water on there. It deeply penetrates. And as you use it over and over, it starts to look like, my 350 and stuff like that. They start to get a layer of the stuff on there. And maybe that's time to clean it. I don't know. It's on the outside. It's not, no dirt's collecting in the O-rings. The main thing is you get those, you're protecting it, and you're getting those rollers loose. You can stick your finger in there and turn it and move it back left and right and up and down. They are not sealed. Repeat for the 500th time, they are not sealed. You have to lube those things. The main part of the chain, which, the structure of it to make it safe, but when the rollers start spitting out because you don't lube them, then it starts eroding your sprockets, and of course then the chain is going to have light, loose tight, because they tend to go in a section. You'll lose one and the one next to it, and so on and so forth. You end up with a section of chain that's missing the outer rollers, and it goes walk when you go down the road. It just eats everything up. But them daggum inner pins are all sealed with grease. If you took marginal care of it, you don't have to go crazy with these things. Simple stuff makes them last a very, very long time. I need to go get me another can, because there literally is not enough in there to even spray it anything. When I was done, I thought, well, I'll just give her, because the can's once, I'll give her a little coat, and it started spitting and sputtering, and all right, close enough, done. But she's ready to roll. Only things I found off the chain was, it's a 25 to 35. It was about 40 millimeters, and I set it to 30. And the chain has no tight spots in it, so he hasn't been doing smoky burnouts and popping wheelies. If he has, somehow or other, he's gentle while doing it. The tires were a little low, about 5 or 6 PSI each. It probably hasn't been adjusted since it was picked up. But, yeah. I like this toggle switch. I don't know what it does, but it looks military. Looks serious. Fits that jet fighter look to it. The Kawasaki's. Oh, he's got a little tire pressure thing going on there. Oh, no, he doesn't. Well, that explains. I put valve stem caps on there, and he had nuts on there. That explains what it is. He has tire pressure monitors on there. I don't know if that's Fobo or one of the other brands, but obviously it's not reading anything because there's nothing there. I guess technically I could take my valve stems back off and put the nuts back on. All right, let me go check with the boys upstairs and see what he wants to do as far as that. It's unsafe to ride these things without valve stem caps on them. Especially in nasty, dirty weather. That junk gets down in there. It's going to hold something open, and the centrifugal force, I don't know if you can go fast enough with this, can literally push that release pin in and let air out. Well, the worst thing is you get dirt in there and you check your tire pressure and you're like, okay, it's good. And then you roll off and you just push dirt in there and it has an ever so small leak. And the worst thing is if you're loaded down on a trip and you don't have some kind of tire pressure monitor to warn you, and you're riding that tire half flat and don't realize it, it's a 110 degree day out there, you don't realize your tire's going flat, and bang, you have a blowout. Yeah, it's rare you don't go down with something like that. So don't mess around with valve stem caps. So yeah, I guarantee that's what he's definitely got tire pressure monitors on there. So I'll just call up there and make sure he has them here before he leaves. If not, I'll just leave the caps on there and give him a little baggie with the nuts on there. But pretty straightforward service. Not bad of a deal at all. Cool bikes. Those little 650s, man, just go and go and go. They're like a Honda. They just keep on keeping on. So you know that crazy windstorm that we're supposed to have yesterday and it just never showed up? Well, it popped up again this morning. And I go, wait a minute, that sounds the same. Well, it must have said it's for today, not yesterday. And I'm flat here to tell you, it has started here in Vancouver. And I didn't see the report course. I'm at home. It's going to tell me what's going on at home. I didn't look down here. And the windstorm was showing, down to like Castle Rock. So just south of us. It had it on the map. So I didn't think about Vancouver. But it's flat kicking in here. And it even, like I said this morning, I was confused. I was getting the same messages. It was just giving me a day in advance, I reckon. And oh wow, I never threw that Kawasaki filter away. I let it sit there and drain. We got a bucket we toss them in. I'll go take care of that here directly. But yeah, we got, I don't know, about 40 minutes before it's time to roll. And it is flinging the doors open. The reason I come up to talk to you is they just came downstairs with a forklift to either drop something off or pick something up, and it set off the doors. The wind will come through this area. It'll come through, the next door, the .com, and it'll swoop through and throw my big doors open. I locked those two doors there, the man doors, to stop it. But anyway, I'm gonna go upstairs and see what's going on the top side here. Probably a waste of time to try doing this on my iPhone out here. But yeah, it's nasty. Look at them trees way down there. Yeah, look at these fir trees here too. Wow. This is not going to be a good ride home. I mean, this is not going to be a good one. Man, it's crazy cold out here too. Holy moly. All right. So imagine that. All that quad lock stuff sitting right there. And I was thinking on the way to work, and a couple times I was thinking at work. So I actually remember throwing that thing in that Parts Unlimited bag. But all these things, like I use this and I use that, but there's cables and all kinds of stuff that's in there. But I got that ball adapter, and with that just with using RAM mounts and stuff, there's no end to where you can put it. That's such a useful thing. And those what I found, if you are using a RAM mount, the two balls just create enough of a anti-vibration thing. I've never even, it wasn't until other people having problems with it I ever even thought about it. But I didn't bring the key out here with me. I'm curious because I could, if you look at, I was looking last night, you can look on a Quad Lock's site and you can select your bike and what mounts fit your bike, and it shows this exact part number. That so now I have 2 of them. I got another one coming. I've got 2 more anti-vibration things, and the black version of the handlebar mount Pro. It's just called handlebar Pro. The black, and mine is the 32 millimeter size. But if you look where the handguard mount is, because this is the, the caliper, the Brembo caliper, the bar mounts right to it. This one has a spacer in between it because the clutch must stick out further. But yeah, it's got a longer distance. I don't know if the screws that come with this thing, it comes with both SAE and I think 6 millimeter metric. I'm pretty sure that looks like 6 millimeters to me. There's nothing on this thing that's SAE. It's metric from head to toe. I mean, these things that are equivalent, like a 13 millimeter and a half inch, or pretty close to the same thing. A 13 is, or is it a half that's ever fractionally smaller? I don't remember. I forget. I mean, you literally got to take a set of calipers to see the difference. But we'll pop this thing out right quick, and you'll see that lower hole. The hole is elongated. And these things are so nicely packed. You almost hate to take them out. I mean, you do such a good job. I think I was just taking this one out of the bottom. Let me do this with 2 hands. I'll put this other stuff away in the bag where it was found. Craziest thing. I mean, literally, there's a moment I thought I was losing my mind. And Kelly goes, "You sure? We didn't grab that stuff and throw it away?" I don't ever grab a box and throw it away without looking to see what's in it. Even if it feels light, dig around, make sure there's nothing in there. You may find a cable or some special bolt or something that you put in there because that was related to what you were doing at some point, Never toss anything till you look closely. That can cost you. But I was literally wondering if I didn't throw this stuff away somehow. But I didn't. Thankfully, I found it. So I'll pop that thing out and see if the screws are long enough. I may have to find some longer screws, because I'm thinking it's going to fit better on the handguard stay than the actual perch mount. Because the perch mount is here. This is just holding the handguard. It's just so well made, and it's packaged like Apple products. So here's that's the metrics. Yeah, definitely, of course, it's like a quarter 20 or something there. But I was thinking about this wrong. In my head, I was figuring the perch mount would most likely be, so if you center that, you're not gonna be able to use it. I'm gonna do this so you can see it. But it will fit. I'm too close. It will fit the actual perch mount itself. But if you combine, get all this in my hand here. What's going to be the best way to show you? Actually, the best way to show myself. So we'll stick one of these. Doing this two-handed. I'm just about to drop something. So what's going to happen here? So if you look at this together, well, one, if you look at where the base of that thing is, that's how much thread's going to be going into the actual clutch perch. That's not very much. They say that works. That's not a lot of threads. Of course, I could probably pull one of them out and see how far it is, but maybe that's enough. It'll reach the Loctite and stuff. But it will work on either one of the actual perch mount, not the handguard mount. The handguard mount, that's not even touching the bar. I don't know if you guys realize that or not. It's just floating. That's just to hold the handguard. So the meat of it will be the actual bolt, and it does. Oh, I didn't line that up so you could see it. Or did I? Yeah, I did. Yeah, you can clearly see that it's going to work. That slotted hole at the bottom, it's going to work. And this thing needs to have better close-up focus. It can, but I got to put it in the ultra-wide lens, and it'll focus to it. Actually, if I use the default camera, it'll do it perfectly fine, but I need a little more meat than what the actual, just the base. I mean, it does wonderful, but I need more control over what I'm doing than with the stock app. And you can have that so it just auto shifts. But it's kind of weird when it shifts from one lens to the next. It's boom, 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 boom. But anyway, I'm not even sure this is what I want. You know, I do have, the clamp that goes in the middle of the handlebar. And I think ideally, but I'm almost convinced that's going to be too high. I'll have to come out here with my vlogging helmet and just test it out. But I think the other quad lock stuff, including another one of these, which is fine, it's going to be here, I think, Thursday or Friday. But, you could use that. I could use that on my, well, it would have to be the brake side if I use it on my DR. But how is all my other stuff, Actually, I think the GT has that. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to use it on these. Those are wraparound pinch. Well, I think the clamp, yeah, it goes from the bottom. So maybe you can make that work. I don't know. Yeah, see, the clutch perch is that style. So it would have to go on the brake side on the 650. Or have to use, but I got that one the chrome mount, and I'll probably use that, because that'll, geez, on the 650, it would almost have to be, either one of the handlebar stem mounts or the clutch. It'd have to be on my brake side. The clutch just is not going to work. But anyway, decisions. Or, the simplest thing ever, use the 1-inch ball mount, just chunk. Got a whole gaggle of ram mount stuff sitting up there. So anyway, we did a goodbye when we got home tonight after craziest drive home with wind and stuff. It is just calm as a kitten out there right now. Very, very light sprinkle, but I'm going to bounce to that. All right. Here comes me and Mama in the car after a crazy drive. Well, hello there, you two. So that dog's, Danny goes by and he whacks his tail all along down the side of the car. Oh no, it's the rear wipers on. Oh. But yeah, another quiet day and very rainy and windy.
Yeah.
Once we got away from the freeway at GC's, there's hardly any wind at all, but coming up the hill looked like a war zone. Pieces of fir trees all over the ground, and it was whipping us around. Power's still on, that's a good sign. Whether you make it through the night. But anyway, I think on that, we're gonna roll out.
Alrighty, well, thank you guys so much for watching. We really do appreciate it. We will talk to you tomorrow. Same smoke time, same smoke channel. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And you guys have a wonderful Wednesday or Thursday.
Heck yeah. All right.
We'll see you in the morning.
All right, we'll see you then. Thanks for watching now. Bye-bye.